You're going to love the color palette in the new Autumn Splendor Stamp TV kit. And when you mix those colors with the fabulous fall images, you can create some amazing projects. Now, you may have tried bleaching in the past with other brands of cardstock, but the porosity of the Gina K Designs cardstock leads to much more vibrant results. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this technique. You're going to need some fine detail embossing powder, and I'm using the Ranger in black. You're also going to need an anti-static pad to remove static and oil from the cardstock. You're going to need a Versamark pad, a rubber stamp, preferably one that's a line art image like this leaf from the new Autumn Splendor kit. You're going to need some sort of applicator, and I'm using a Niji water brush, but the brush itself is empty and I'm just going to dip the tip into some bleach. You're going to need some household bleach, and then you're going to need some cardstock. And I'm using a piece of the Wine with Everything Pure Luxury cardstock by Gina K Designs, and this is one of the colors that comes in the Autumn Splendor kit. To begin, rub the anti-static pad over the piece of cardstock to remove any surface oils and any static, so your embossing powder will only stick to the inked areas and not to the cardstock itself. Then, using some Versamark ink, I'm going to ink up this leaf stamp, and I'm going to stamp it just a little bit randomly, one going this way, and then I'm going to turn the stamp and stamp one going this way, and then one more here on the end. So there, now I have my 3 leaves. My next step, I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper and I'm going to pour some of that embossing powder all over the surface of that piece of cardstock. And then I'm just going to blow away the excess. So now the embossing powder is only on my leaves. Next, using a heat tool, I'm going to emboss over the embossing powder, but I'm not going to hold the tool on any one area too long. As soon as I see it get shiny, that's when I'm going to move the tool onto another spot, because it's very easy to burn the detail embossing powder if you overcook it. And you'll be able to see the shine. As soon as the shine appears, you can see I'm moving the gun. So now I have 2 of those leaves are embossed. Now I'm going to turn the piece of paper so I'm not holding it too close to where the heat tool is heating up, and finish it up. And now you should be able to see the nice shine of that embossing powder. And now the next step is to bleach. I'm going to use some regular household bleach and my Niji water brush. And I'm just going to dip the tip of the brush into the bleach as if I was going to paint. And I'm going to paint that bleach right onto those leaves. Just trying to stay within the lines. Because remember, everywhere that you hit this paper with bleach, it's going to bleach out. And you can see already the vibrant color that I'm getting just from that little bit of bleach, how it's bleaching out those leaves. It's very much like coloring with a marker. And what you'll notice with the cardstock is that although most of the areas will bleach out a lot, a few areas will just bleach up kind of midway, which really makes them look a lot more like autumn leaves, the same way that when you see the leaves falling off the tree, parts of the leaf still might be a little bit purple, where other parts are more brown and yellowish. So you really get those color shades when you're bleaching on our cardstock. So now you can see the first one that I did is really bleached out, and the rest of these are starting to come up to the lighter shade. Now, if you want to help it along a little bit, that's easy to do. All you have to do is take your heat tool, and you want to heat from behind. You don't want to heat directly on the front because you could burn that embossing powder. But if you heat it a little bit from behind, you actually activate the bleach a little bit faster, and your color will come up a little bit more vibrant, and it certainly will process a lot faster. And so that's what those leaves look like when they're bleached. And then when you add that little strip onto a card project, you can see how pretty that is. And they really look like autumn leaves that just fell off a tree. Try bleaching some of the other images in the Autumn Splendor Stamp TV kit using other darker shades of Gina K Designs cardstock, and you'll be dazzled by the results.